What's going on this week in Nerf?
Welcome to This Week in Nerf, your source for first-party, third-party, and community Nerf news. I'm Adriana, and this week, oh boy, were there a lot of darts to talk about. But first, some other stuff. Drac announced on August 31st that Endwar 2021 is not and will not be happening. Obviously, this late in the year, it's pretty much impossible to plan an event that large scale to still be within this year. The HVZ club at Penn State, which was the planned venue, was unable to host due to several COVID delays, and they're also working on their relationship with the university. Drac said that they had exhausted the clock as far as the players' and organizers' time to prep for a 2021 Endwar, which, yeah, it's pretty late now if that were going to be the plan. However, he did follow it up by saying that we can expect a June 2022 Endwar, which I am very much looking forward to. In addition to that, the Foam Pro Tour qualifier dates will be up soon. We'll see when soon is. He's also said that vaccinations will be very important and cited how well they've done for safety at other large events so far. So I am definitely more comfortable with the idea of being in a large crowd of vaccinated people than a large crowd of random people and children. But I so hope that we can actually have a Endwar 2022. It'll feel so good. Thundergate has come to a close. That's a really dramatic name. What is Thundergate? Well, let's talk. Now that it's over, we can talk about it. YouTuber Mongoose Jake published a review of Busby Thundershot, which is a 6-shot revolver. It's a Hammer Prime blaster, one of their first Hammer Prime blasters, and he initially gave it a positive review, despite, classic ergonomic issues. But other users had a different story. They were getting 40 to 70 FPS performance and broken catches, some of which were broken in boxes on stores, which is kind of incredible. Both of Buff Daddy's Thundershots had their catches snap under just normal use. So Jake compared his model to ones on the shelves and found the same issues. Busby ended up deleting Instagram comments from angry customers, and as it turns out, there are 2 versions of the Thundershot, one that has a more fragile catch design and a worse seal. It's a little bit difficult to tell from the outside which one is which, but the ones with the matte cylinders have the better internals. Busby has reached out to Mongoose Jake to explain the situation. The worst design was a prototype, and it was never meant to actually end up on store shelves and has been pulled from production. So the ones on store now should be the good ones, but be sure to check the cylinder. You want the matte finish. And in more Busby news, wow, I do not say that a lot. Their Air Warriors series appears to have had a bit of a makeover. The website features reskinned old favorites, updated blasters, and some new-ish 2021 blasters. As far as reskins go, there's the Revolution, the Snipe, Barbarian, Jaguar, and the 2-pack, Sentry, Nighttech, Panther, Demolisher, Predator, Night Assault, and Equalizer. And then they've updated the Blow Blaster from the Blow Dart Shooter. It's a little bit better name. And then in terms of new stuff, they finally posted the Compound Bow, Exterminator, Gem, Star, and Kaboing Target. And most of these are already on shelves and can already be found throughout stores, but the site also shows some that have some weird exclusive locations like Farm and Fleet. So if any of these are interesting, check out where you can get them. You know what time it is. That one was a lot of fun. It's Rapid Strikes, where I say things quickly. Lots of stories, short amount of time. Previously, the Castrol pistol was available in pre-built form only, but now if you're willing to build it yourself, you can get this full auto micro wheel pistol file set for $25 on Anzuligi's Etsy. FoamNite has released an upgrade kit for the XE Springer pistol. It allows for the installation of top and bottom rails as well as a longer barrel. You can get it for $9.99 hardware kit or $15.99 if you want the prints and the hardware, and if you only need the prints for some reason, that's available for free on Thingiverse. Designer Silly Butts has committed the ultimate sin and put a pump grip on the skewer, completely defeating the purpose of having a skewer in the first place. It uses a mix of Talon Claw and skewer hardware and features a threaded collet that will help retain the barrel. If you want that for some reason, the files are free on Thingiverse. And somehow, while Silly was busy editing the skewer, he also found time to squish down a Talon Claw. This is dubbed the Mini Claw U. It's a teeny tiny pump action springer that uses printed U channels, an Esper plunger tube, and some slightly modified TCU hardware. It comes with optional files for a Raider style magwell and a Slamfire kit. The files for this are free on Thingiverse, and I don't even understand how it can be so small. Reddit user RooMeToday69420 found this Fortnite 2-pack for $19.88 at Walmart. It contains a Peely microshot and a banana-themed SR, which is an amazing paint job. And here's your new Swift thing for this episode. It seems like it's been every single time for a while. Now Worker has this dark blue and white color scheme. It actually looks pretty nice. They're also offering a metal dart gate to users whose plastic gates have cracked, but you can only get those through Worker's customer service line, so good luck. Designer No Reason has put out his Terran Pistol design. This is a slide-primed, full-length mag-fed blaster that gets 170 to 200 FPS. That's pretty crazy. It is fully open source with steps and is available on Thingiverse if you want to try it out for yourself. And now I have a lot to say about darts. Oh my gosh, there have been so many new darts released these last 2 weeks. All right, some are knockoffs, some are new, but let's dive in. First up, Worker bamboos. Last episode we covered a mold that would bambooify your darts, but now Workers opted to put out their own standalone bamboo design. Unlike the Dart Zone bamboos, these feature 3 rings, and on Taobao they're priced at $15 for 200. On Worker Mod, $37 for 200. So I would opt for Taobao or wait for us. There's also some Ultra Foam half darts, which is just bizarre. They have 2 bamboo rings and look like they're made of the same styrene foam that the Ultra darts are made of. I'm really curious to see how these perform, because Ultra AccuStrikes seem like they're pretty good, so it'll be really interesting to see if this foam actually works in a 50 cal half dart form factor. And those are available $20 for 100. And that's not all of it. We found some straight up Adventure Force Pro knockoffs. These are exceedingly cheap at $6 for 200, although that foam doesn't look super high quality. It's the same head style, but this time with some gray foam. And speaking of knockoffs, hyper knockoffs. They finally exist. These come from Little Valentine on Amazon. I guess it didn't take that long to copy this new ammo type. You can get this $7.99 for 100, $12.99 for 200, or $22.99 for 400. So that's just a little bit more than half the price of the genuine hyper ammo. Though of course these don't come with the fancy canisters that don't even mate to the blasters. Why do they have the canisters? It was a good idea, executed poorly. Anyway, moving on. Designer and Nerfer Palm Topper did an in-depth analysis of these Little Valentine hyper ammo. They're a little bit heavier and smaller on average, and way softer and bouncier. I don't know if bouncier is a good thing or not, but I guess we'll see. They do have some different performance from the genuine rounds as well. Palm Topper says that they get significantly worse range without a hop-up, and still fall a little bit short of the genuine rounds with his homebrew adjustable Rush 40 hop-up. And the rounds are so soft that they definitely require a more aggressive hop-up. So we might be starting to see variations in these muzzle designs that the community's been making for the Hyper Blasters. Overall, Palm Topper rates them an 8 out of 10 because they perform decently and are super cost effective. I really need to get my hands on some of these new darts. We have been lagging on the testing, and I want to show you guys how good they are, or how bad they are, or, you know, I'm sure there's places in between. Not on the internet, though. Good or bad, that's all there is. And now, it's time for the mod of the week, and this week it comes from user Guzmo on Facebook with this beautiful Quick 16 integration. It's inspired by an Art Deco design, but kind of looks like a mean hot rod a little bit too. It features an integrated modular storage stock, which looks perfect on the back of this thing, and the top half of a Rebel code breaker, as well as a 1.5 kilogram Orange Mobworks spring to give it a little bit of a bump. Guz also wrote a detailed write-up of all the mods and the changes that they made to the blaster, which I absolutely love reading through just write-ups of all of the things that people do to their blasters. Plus, it makes it easier to talk about in the Mod of the Week segment. Hint, hint to anybody who wants to be in this slot. I just love how the detail lines in this blaster match up. There's cuts in the grip, and the hand-painted tribal deco on the noise goes so well with the target dart tag style deco as well. And the lines in the storage stock all come together. It's just really cohesive. And frankly, fantastic paint. It's hard to tell if there's even a gradient there because it looks like just light. It's so good. It's just so good. Thank you so much for sharing. And that's all the news I have for this week. Thank you so much for watching. As usual, the links to everything that I talked about are down in the description, along with the like button and the subscribe button, in case you forget that we're here every other Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific. I know I do sometimes. That's why I have an alarm. And that's why there's a subscribe button. And while you're down there, why not leave a comment? Let me know which dart type you're most looking forward to trying out, because some of these are a little funky. I really want to know what those ultra darts are gonna do. They're just so strange. We'll figure it out later. Bye.